Galactic Rising. I got 10 things to tell you real quick. What are they? Just going to list them off. All 10 of them. The first 4 things. The main 4 reasons why I wish to play this game I made up on your psyche right now currently. The next 4 things. The details of the game. And the last 2 things. There are 2 what I like to consider great father hierarchy lists containing fictional characters as well as historical characters to tell you things regarding this here game of mine to make them sound more fluid as I'm playing it on you. If that makes sense to you. And the last 2 things are 2 specific lists of 9 great fathers in which I'm going to talk to you about. Details now, so it can make more sense to you. The first 4 things, once again, the first thing being the first reason why I want to play this game I'm getting ready to tell you about. I call it the astral reasoning, and it's for soul liberation. The second thing, the ethereal reasoning, which is for global child manumission. The third thing, which is for the swords reasoning, which is for global moral purification. And the fourth thing, which is the games reasoning, for establishing balance globally, or global balance establishing. That's what it's for. Once again, those first 4 reasons. The astral reasoning, which is soul liberation. The ethereal reasoning, which is global child manumission. The swords reasoning, which is global moral purification. And the games reasoning, which is global balance establishing, or establishing balance globally. The reason why I said it like that, kind of sort of out of order, is because the first 3 I said global soul liberation, global child manumission, global moral purification, and I wanted to keep it at global establishing balance, or global balance establishing, or just say establishing balance globally, however you want to put it. Those are the first 4 things. The next 4 things, the details of this game I'm going to play. Now the name of the game is going to be called Super Jesus 47. It's going to have a whole lot of historical facts involving who the true Jesus is. Real quick, when you look up the name Jesus and see what it actually means, the name Jesus means Yeshua when you look it up online. So I'm going to play Super Yeshua 47 upon you all. Or the next 4 things I'm getting ready to tell you about are the Super Yeshua 47 game in details. It's 4 layers to it. The first layer, the reawakening. The second layer, the reincarnation. The third layer, the resurrection. And the fourth layer, the reestablishment. The first layer, in detail, spirit focus, targeting the conscious mind, and the reawakening. Each layer, before I go on to tell you the details about the first one, each layer has what can be labeled and described as a 4x2 principle ethical, or principle with an LE, ethical without the N in it, or a 4x2 principle ethical coding, and a 7x2 principal ethnical coding. Notice I said principal versus principle to let you know they sound the same when you say the words without the playing around with them. They sound the exact same when you don't play with them, but I'm gonna play with them a little bit, and it sounds like principle and principal. So now the 7x2 principal ethnics coding and the 4x2 principle ethic coding are as follows. For the reawakening, the 4x2, titled the 4-corner mental faculty spirit prison, and then the 2 outside being fear and ignorance. Details of the 4x2. Now this 4x2 I'm telling you about is a box or a diamond or a prison, mentally, internally. And to the left of this here box is, or the left of this here diamond corner is vanity. To the top of this here diamond corner is jealousy, the ethos of the world today. To the bottom corner of this here diamond is sloth. And the 2 outside of the bottom corner are the fear and ignorance, thereof. And then to the right of the corner is wrath, greed, gluttony, and lust. Why are there so many in the right corner? Because wrath, greed, gluttony, and lust are distraction-based influences to prevent you from realizing the right thing you need to do within your lifetime. Distraction-based. There's going to be some new details while I'm making this video right now. There's going to be some new details added to my game as well. because I've been talking about it for a while. The next thing, the 7x2. The 7x2 principal, ethnical, reawakening code title. The 7 being the 7 belief system pillars to be dismantled by any moral means necessary. And then the 2 outside being the what you can consider the soul's belief system pillar, or you can, in the second one, being the oppressive nature's belief system pillar. Many things you can call it. Or you can say Yeshua's belief system pillar, which, because it's the Super Yeshua 47 game. And then you can also call, and the second one can also be called the devil's belief system pillar. I just saw a video talking more about the Gnostics religion. So you can also call it Yaldabaoth's belief system pillar, because that's what the 9th one is. On this list here, the 9th one on this list would be the Yaldabaoth's belief system pillar. And the 8th one on this list would be Super Yeshua's belief system pillar, or Cosmic Yeshua, or the Supernatural Yeshua, or Angel Yeshua, moving forward. Now, what are the 7 belief system pillars? In which, because according to the story here, Yaldabaoth, or whoever this demiurge or this deity is what tore these 7 specific belief system pillars out of the 8th one and established the foundation which holds them up from the 8th belief system pillar on this list, which is Yeshua's belief system pillar, or Super Yeshua's belief system pillar. And they are as follows: the first one being racism, the second one being feminism, the third one being foul sexuality, the 4th one being my nerd geek foundation. This belief system pillar categorizes the rich, middle class, and all of Ye who have been poverty-stricken due to colonization and or this so-called Yaldabaoth's belief system pillar worldwide. 5th one will be the gangsters. The 6th one will be the tribes of the world. And the 7th one will be these divisive religions. And of course the 8th one, once again, Yeshua's belief system pillar, or Super Yeshua's the belief system pillar. And then the 9th one would be whoever this Yaldabaoth is and its belief system pillar. Next part of the game now. The soul focus, targeting the subconscious mind, and the reincarnation codings. They are as follows. Now, before I go on, the entirety of the second part of the game labels and describes what you all logically feel like. Am I generalizing all of humanity into my conviction? You bet you I am. Why? Because I need you all to unite pronto so we can beat whatever this actual threat to us all really is. And why do I want you to unite so badly? So we can beat this threat? Because I want to go home just as much as I want to beat the real problem here. And what is home for me? All of humanity spiritually uplifted to the maximum ability of their spiritual upliftance and beyond, if possible. Remember, it's all about moral purification and global balance for me, or establishing balance. Moral purification and establishing balance. I'm just putting it in the form of a game so I can tell you about it more effectively and more fluidly, which is going to be the last 2 things I'm getting ready to tell you about here. Now, the next detail, which is the soul focus of the game, targeting the subconscious mind, which you logically feel like, and or the reincarnation of the world as we getting ready to know it. Details, the 4x2, principle, ethical, reincarnation code titled the 4 corner, or the 4 styles of spiritual communication, with the 2 outside being spiritual offense and spiritual defense. Spiritual awareness stems directly from source, and spiritual expression stems directly from you. Spiritual awareness comes from the source, and spiritual expression comes from you. Physical being you. My dear family, you. That's where spiritual expression comes from. And then spiritual avoidance is the opposite of spiritual awareness, which you've been taught growing up your entire life in this here devil world. Side note real fast. Our women are not evil. They grew up in the devil's world, so they're going to act like the devil. What if they grew up in the real God's world, or the cosmic God's world, or the true Yeshua's world, or the super Yeshua's world? What if they grew up in that world? How would they be? So for you all to sit here and claim that our women are bad or what have you, you're fools. to sit here and think that my brethren, my sisters who attack our brethren like this here demon lord told you to do, you're wrong. Stop attacking your own flesh and bone. That's your flesh and bone, and what you are attacking for what these so-called white people who don't even know the reason why they're telling you to attack our brethren are attacking them for. If that makes sense to you. Meaning, the so-called white people globally are being driven into us by some outside force telling us to attack each other for no reason at all. Stop doing what they want you to do. Now, the second part of the game, the soul focus, the subconscious mind. Once again, because the spiritual avoidance and the spiritual depression are the opposites of spiritual awareness and spiritual expression, if I didn't say it properly the first time. So once again, spiritual avoidance is the opposite of spiritual awareness, and spiritual depression is the opposite of spiritual expression. And those who are coming to your direction to drive you towards spiritual avoidance and spiritual depression, spiritual offense and spiritual defense is what you need to use to keep them away. And the only way to really tap into the spiritual offense and spiritual defense that'll be necessary for you to keep these entities away from you are to tap into the next part of the game, which is the 7x2 principal ethnical reincarnation codings. And the titles are as follows: the 7 dimensions of thought power, with the 2 outside being the earth star chakra, the 2-dimensional thinking mind, and the soul star chakra, the infinite omnipresent dimensional thinking mind. See everything there is. The 7 dimensions of thought power, what are they in detail? The 7 major chakra gates, with the constituent known as the dimensional thinking mind hierarchy, labeling and describing their information. Moving forward. Now the third part of the game. The somatic focus, targeting the physical body, the resurrection. What is the 4x2 principal ethical resurrection code titled the 4 fundamental forces of human behavior, with the 2 outside being the soul's force of nature versus the oppressive force of nature. Just say it like that to keep it simpler so I can move forward a little bit faster. I didn't even want to make this video this long. Details of it though. The 4 fundamental forces of human behavior are the positive force of human behavior, the balanced force of human behavior, the negative force of human behavior, and the environmental force of human behavior. And then the 2 outside being the soul force of human behavior, and the soul's force of human behavior are the 4 things I just mentioned to you, combined into one in their original essence. But then when you look at the oppressive force of nature, it's those first 4 things all combined into an artificial nature. So meaning the positive energy, you will be confused into thinking it is evil energy. The negative energy, or the balanced energy, it'll be imbalanced. The negative energy will just be even worse, and it'll be in control of you, meaning materialism will take over your spirit soul. Materialism will take over your spirit soul, because the positive part is the spirit, or the balanced part is the spirit, where the positive part is the soul. The balanced part is the spirit, whereas the positive part is the soul. Yet they still work together as one thing. You follow what I'm saying? Balanced spirit, positive soul. However, the negative, evil, rewritten will force you to dive into materialism and charge you to look at those 2 as they are nothing. Positive things, meaning soul-driving things, will be immoral in your work, whereas things that should be upright and steady will no longer be. They will be imbalanced. So too will all of your movements, if you tap in or if you stand on the oppressive nature. But standing on the soul's nature, once again, keeps the positive energy positive, which is the soul morals, keeps the spiritual energy balanced, which is the spirit's mind, and it keeps the negative energy as just a force versus an evil energy trying to consume your every move. Meaning you, your actual you, will have control over your forceful body. You will have control over the force that is your body. And then the establishment part, You will have an environment that is conducive to your success, not detrimental. As within, so throughout. As above, so below. Moving forward. Now, the 7x2 principal, ethnical. That's not how you say the word, principal. I'm just saying it because I want you to know which one I'm talking about. The one that ends with a P-A-L. The principal, ethnical. Resurrection coding titled follows. The 7 gates and characteristical spirits. The 7 gates and characteristical spirits. What do I mean by gates and characteristical spirits? The gates are the chakras, and the characteristic spirits are the 7 deadly sins or the 9 deadly sins in which I was telling you about earlier, that are the reason why that prison is the way it is in your mental faculty senses. Breaking the prison puts them out here where we can see them and stop them how necessary. You follow what I'm saying? Because let's never forget, the negative principality sins are the only things driving you all to be the way you are. And the main way and the only way you stop them is by becoming wise enough and knowledgeable enough to stop them. Because doing anything physical to these people, you ain't gonna win. You ain't winning doing anything physical to these people. And you outnumber them by 6 billion. You outnumber them by 6 billion. But here's the thing. These people sleep in their weapons, ready to fight you back as soon as you are ready to stop being oppressed truly. When you are ready to stop being oppressed truly, they will use those weapons to wipe you all out, just to ensure your children grow up in a world not knowing how they get down. Just like they've done in times past, just like they've done before, and just like they'll keep doing. They're never going to stop until they are completely stopped. This is why I'm making these videos, because they are still alive and still out there and still causing harm and mayhem all throughout our world. They're not going to stop. Moving forward. Third part of the game in 7x2. 7 gates and characteristic spirits. The gates are the chakras, the characteristic spirits of the 9 deadly principality sins. These 9 deadly principality sins are the gatekeepers of the chakras. Notice real quick, even the chakra information is artificial. Just throwing that out there. Oh no, it may have come from good ancestors and good people and our people who told us about the chakra information, but still at the end of the day, it's still a man-made set of information. The chakras are still a man-made set of information. They came from our divine ancestors. Oh, you bet. But it's still man-made information. All of the chakras and all of that information regarding the King of Kings' true nature is all of his persona and his true nature. And once the Christ Father is summoned in the Spirit's house, order will be established upon the soul's grounds. In the resurrection, you will be coming back to your senses. The 9 deadly principality sins are the gatekeepers. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The 9 deadly principality sins are the gatekeepers, meaning they keep you out of your knowledge of the chakra gates and how they work for you truly. The chakras themselves are gates, period. But the sins are the keepers of these gates. And as long as the sins are in play, you will never know the way of the chakras. As long as the sins are in play, you will never learn of and or know of the chakra's way. Moving forward. So now the 4th part of the game. It is called grounds focus. I'm going to keep it at grounds. So many different names I keep giving them, but I'm going to start focusing on keeping specific names. The 4th part of the game, and the 8th thing I wanted to tell you about here. The grounds focus. Targeting the environmental stage. What's the 4x2? Principle, ethical, reestablishment code title. The 4 fundamental forces of purification, with the 2 outside being the soul's establishment and the oppressive nature's establishment. I choose the soul's establishment over any other establishment there is. I stand on the soul's establishment before I stand on any other establishment there is. You want to know why I stand on the soul's establishment before I stand on any other establishment there is? Because the soul is embedded within my very DNA to do so. The soul is my mental and moral qualities, and I came with these mental and moral qualities. These self-sustaining, soulful mental and moral qualities I came with. Anything outside of this here soul standard in which I was born with is evil. Don't let it touch you. Don't let it touch me. It already touched me. Manipulated my psyche, and then mutilated all of my bodies. I am you, you are me, we are one and the same thing. So whatever this demon does to you is also what it's doing to me. And soon, a crime done to one angel will be a crime done to them all. Soon. As within, so throughout. Fourth, 4x2, titled The Four Fundamental Forces of Purification, and the two outside being the soul establishment and the oppressive establishment. What are the details of the four? You want to stop the enemy, 1. Destroy the enemy, 2. Take the enemy's power away from them, 3. And defend yourself against the enemy only, 4. You don't want to do anything else with the enemy but defend against them, or any one of those 4 things. That's it. You want to know why? Because of the next 7 things I'm getting ready to tell you about, or the next 7x2 things, which are the 7x2s, principal, ethnical, resurrection codings, titled The 7 Regulations of the Enemy. You can call them that. I'm going to have some new details for this one because it's still brand new. The 7 Regulations of the Enemy. What are they titled? The first thing the enemy is going to come at you with is disrespect. Stop this from happening. Defend against this from happening. The second thing is frustration. Now, see, the word frustration, the word annoy, you can annoy somebody to frustrate them. You can agitate them, or it's essentially adding salt to injury, making injuries worse, because this is what they come to do. Make the damages they have done unto you worse than the damages they have done unto you already beforehand. If this makes sense to you thus far. So meaning, the things that they cause to happen to you, they're only going to approach to make them worse. That's what the frustrating part is for. Remember, these are base regulator ideas. They are coming to you with these things at base. The third thing is to humiliate you. The fourth thing, I originally said was annoy, but that's a part of the frustration. I'm going to change this up to perfect the details of this game a little bit more effectively. The fourth thing will be distract you. That's the fourth thing, distractions. Distraction will be the fourth thing. I should have added this beforehand, but distractions will be the fourth thing. Just like the wrath, greed, gluttony, and lust in the right corner there on the top part of the game. Remember, they are only distracting you from doing the right thing. That's the main thing they're distracting you from doing. And want to know why they wanted to stop you from doing the right thing? Because once you all truly start doing the right thing, you will shut them down. You want to know why you're going to shut them down when you start doing the right thing? Because they are the wrong thing, and they are ensuring nothing but the wrong thing stays in our reality. They are the imbalance. They are the reason why there is so much imbalance. They are the conduits for the oppressive nature. They are the reason the oppressive nature has a chance to be in our reality, to oppress us in the first place. They are the reason why the 9th belief system on the first part of the list has those 7 belief system pillars torn out of our 8th one on the list, on the first list, the Super Jesus 47 list, or the Super Yeshua 47 list. There's a very important significance of these numbers here that I'm going to tell you about in a second. So the fourth thing would be to distract. The fifth thing would be to embarrass. The sixth thing would be to provoke. The seventh thing would be to classify you, depict you, brand you as something. Brand you as a slave. Brand you as a subservient, some kind of service object to their cause and their wills and their games. And what is their cause and their wills and their games? They only want, desire, and wish for you all to fail at everything you do in your life. They only need and or have a foundation built off of sustaining you suffering until you end. Why do you think we all have early lives when we just had ancestors that were living to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 900 years old, like Noah did in the Bible? Noah lived to be 950 years old, didn't he? Why do we only get to see 60? That's a huge, huge difference 890 years of life taken from you. I mean, what's 60 minus 850 or 950? Moving forward, or 950 minus 60, 890, moving forward. So then the two outside, I'm going to repeat those 7 real quick. Disrespect, frustrate, humiliate. Distract, embarrass, provoke. Classify or brand or depict you into something or project something unto you which they are and which they see you as. They are enslaved to evil, so they want you to be the same dang way. But what evil? How are they enslaved to this evil? It's just an energy, man. It came with the universe, unfortunately. But we have the ability, due to the light inside of us, to balance this evil energy out. Globally, universally, cosmically. We have the power to govern the cosmos if we just truly allowed ourselves to tap into the ability to govern the cosmos. People, or so-called people, in reality, you so-called people are really low-class angels who need to get your rank up by any moral means necessary. We have the power to govern this cosmos and bring it to balance, not whatever this demon or this demiurge outside of we is. Moving forward. The 7 things, I'm going to repeat them. I just did, didn't I? And the 7th thing is to provoke you or classify or brand you or depict you. So the 2 things outside now. The 2 things outside are to exploit and extort. Watch my video called Reversing Evil to Live. It's a short. I made a short a while ago called Reversing Evil to Live. It's actually one of my favorite shorts. And now, the last 2 things I want to tell you about, and I'm going to close this video out. The 2 9 Great Father hierarchy listings. What's the significance of these Great Father listings right here, these Great Father parables that I'm telling you about? What's the significance of them? They are to take, once again, fictional characteristic or fictional character traits from all over this American culture that we have here, because I'm in the North American continent in the country called the United States of America, to take fictional characters traits and use these fictional character traits to label and describe all of those first 8 things I just told you about, or the first 7 things, because this is the 8th thing here, or no, this is the 8th thing I'm on, and the 7 things before that, 8th thing here. So using character traits from history and fiction to label and describe this here story in a more fluid and more direct and more impactful way. And the 9 fathers of the Super Jesus 47 or the Super Yeshua 47 list are as follows. First one being my own actual brother, character traits from him. That's a historical character right there. The second one being character from the video game titled Tekken. His name is Kazuya Mishima. That will be a fictional character trait right there. And then the third one, another historical character trait, the sacral chakras, my father. Be virtuous. And then the fourth one, another fictional character, will be Akuma from the Street Fighter lore, the constituent of the solar plexus chakra, or the father of the solar plexus chakra. And then you have, after Akuma, you had Vegeta from the Dragon Ball world, another fictional character. He's the constituent of the heart chakra, pride. And then you have Asura's Wrath, the constituent of the throat chakra. He's another fictional character from a video game. And then another fictional character as well. It's a lot of fiction. For the Super Yeshua 47 list, there's about 6 fictional characters and about 3 historical characters. And here's another fictional character. For the third eye chakra, you got Eric Killmonger from the Black Panther movie. And then you got another historical character for the crown chakras connection. And what's this historical character? Yahuwah. Yahuwah is the historical character and everything that Yahuwah has ever been in our history ever. That's what the father on that list is, Yahuwah. So-called father, right? And then the final character, the fictional character for the Super Jesus 47 Great Father listing is Black Lightning from the Black Lightning TV show. Another fictional character. And now the final 10th thing. The 10th thing I want to tell you about now. the 9 great fathers for the next game I'm getting ready to play on you all. And when I begin to play this game on you all, it's going to make a lot more sense than any other game I have ever played on you has made thus far. And the game I'm getting ready to play on you next is going to be called Cosmic Yeshua. Cosmic Yeshua 6.9 or Cosmic Yeshua 6.9. And I already have the 9 great fathers set up for this list as well. And it's going to be an entirely different listing, and they're going to have entirely different characteristics, and they're going to have an entirely different purpose as to why I'm setting them up. Even the belief system pillar is going to be different in the next game. Even the setup for the chakra hierarchy is going to be different in the next game. Let's just say the 7x2s are all going to be counted as the 9s in which they are. And instead of the 9th belief system pillar being that of the devils or the oppressive natures, it's going to be the first belief system on the list when we get to the Cosmic Yeshua 6.9 game and start playing that one. But here's the 9 fathers for the game right here though. The first one is Blue Marvel, a cosmic superhero. That's the first one there. The second one, he's a fictional character too. The fictional character. The second character is Malcolm X, an historical character. That's the root chakra's character right there, or the root chakra's father. And then the sacral chakra's father will be Martin Luther King Jr., another historical character. Then the third character, or the solar plexus, or the fourth one of the list, the solar plexus father would be either Huey P. Newton, Fred Hampton, or any leadership of the Black Panther movement. That's the solar plexus father. Like I said, the Cosmic Yeshua is going to be a lot more heavier when I begin playing it on you. And I actually look forward to playing it on you, which is the reason why I explain all of this stuff I have been explaining for the last 2 years. Which I was trying to explain it as quickly as I possibly can so I can get to this game. Because this part of the game right here is going to be the legitimate sword. The Cosmic Yeshua 6.9 is going to be the legitimate sword in which will cut away at your moral imperfections. The Super Jesus 4.7, or the Super Yeshua 4.7, or the Supernatural Yeshua 4.7, is just a way to get you started, or a way to get you there a little bit faster. But once I get you in the Cosmic Yeshua game, oh, you mine's then. And I'm going to just take my body back from you real fast. Going home. Moving forward. Now, the fourth father on this list, or the fifth one now. We're on the fifth father, which is the heart chakra's father. That'll be a character by the name of Magneto from the X-Men. Magneto from the X-Men. What's the significance of this father? The electromagnetic force. That's why. They all have a reason as to why I'm picking them. Like the Blue Marvel character from Marvel Comics, he's a cosmic hero or a cosmic fighter with cosmic powers. And the first one on the list, you'll see why in the future. And then the fifth one, which is the heart chakra's father, that'll be Magneto from the X-Men, because the electromagnetic force. And then the sixth one on the list, I'm going to explain it all later on, but right now I just want to get them out loud and say them for the foundational word purposes, or foundational quote purposes. Now, the sixth one on this list here, the throat chakra's father, will be Gravedon from either the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show, or the Marvel comic shows themselves. Marvel, like marvelous, marvelous individuals, marvelous people, marvelous heroes, marvelous powers. Did you know your spirit is marvelous? You have a marvelous spirit. You have a marvelous soul. Moving forward. So, Gravedon will be the next one on the list. Another fictional character. And now the next person on the list, which is the third eye chakra's constituent, who's going to be replacing Eric Killmonger in a sense. Afro Samurai. And why Afro Samurai? When you look at the mental and moral qualities of that individual fictional TV show's character, or that fictional anime characters, you'll notice there was a lot of killing and killing and killing and killing and killing. He killed way more than Eric Killmonger did. Way more. His reasoning for killing, getting revenge for his father. Nothing personal. It was just revenge. If you ever want to go check that story out, you'll know why I'm using the mental and moral qualities of Afro Samurai, because I see your principalities. I see your negative, deadly principality sins, as well as your 7 regulators as something in which needs to be cut down and chopped up into a million pieces. Did you know in the fictional cartoon show called Afro Samurai was cutting bullets out of thin air as they were being fired at him? It's almost like he was Luke Cage with a sword. Essentially. That's Afro Samurai, though. The next one on the list is a historical character. And the historical character on this list is Yahusha. Notice the difference. On the previous list, it was Yahuwah, and on this list, it's Yahusha. Notice the difference. It's some major differences thus far. And the Cosmic Yahusha, or the Cosmic Yeshua or 6ix9ine game, is going to be specifically designed to hurry up and resurrect you, or hurry up to drag you into a reincarnation so we can get you to the next few things, like the free Yeshua or the established Yeshua. You follow what I'm saying? But right now, this is the Cosmic Yeshua that I'm talking about for the 10th part of the thing I wanted to tell you. This is the 10th thing I want to tell you. And now, the final character for the list is another fictional character. Static Shock from the cartoon Static Shock. Reasoning, lightning. It's always going to be lightning sources for me. Source of lightning in some kind of way to label and describe things. But there you have it. The 10 things I wanted to tell you real quick, or as quickly as I possibly could, to label and describe what all I have coming next. And what am I getting ready to do next? Work. And work. And work. And train. And do everything in my power to get healthy again, so I can deliver this message to you at full force. Resurrection, reestablishment, reawakening, reincarnation. Or to say them in the proper order, reawakening first. The reawakening is first. The reincarnation is second. The resurrection is third. And the reestablishment is final. I got my 4 reasons to play this game on you. The astral reasoning, global soul liberation, the ethereal reasoning, global child manumission, the swords reasoning, global moral purification, and the games reasoning. Global balance establishing, or establishing balance globally, or establishing global balance, however you want to put it. And then those 2 final things, the 2 9 Great Fathers hierarchy parables. These words are going to reach you somehow. For right now, I'm just going to put them on this here space and leave them there. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Anything I do and say at any time that I do and say it is for the cause, the sovereignty of principle, heart of hearts. All I want is my God, my normality, my wife, and my farm, and in that order. And I don't want the second thing until I get the peace. And I dang sure don't want the unity until I get the love. And so on for the advancement. It's not about a competition with me. It's only about the awareness and knowledge of what needs to be stopped, this oppressive force of nature. I don't desire to be your king or your leader because of this reason. I only desire to do and say what is necessary to defend and protect you from this oppressive force of nature. Therefore, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Matthew 22:39. Defend your neighbor as you defend yourself, at least those who are worthy. Be lifted, not be lest in the spirit, and walk good for all the days of your lives. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.